Hi guys, I'd like to welcome you guys all back to my channel, and today I'm here with another makeup book review, and today we are reviewing Dread Nation by Justina Ireland. As you can see, this is a full face look today inspired by the entire story, and I'm not going to explain it right now. We're just going to jump right into this review slash tutorial. Alright guys, so like I said, today I'm doing a review on Dread Nation by Justina Ireland. It is a YA sci-fi, are we going to call it sci-fi? Zombie is sci-fi, right? So like a zombie sci-fi historical fiction type situation. And so the look that we are actually doing today is inspired by Jane McKean and her frenemy Catherine, because they are being trained to be shambler killers, which is what the book describes zombies as. But they have to look really, really pretty and beat all the time. Like, they have to look very sophisticated. So we are doing a super extra look equipped with lashes and everything today. The palettes that I will be using are from Juvia's place, obviously. So I'll be using the Warrior palette, the Douce palette, and the Festival palette. So I'm going to try to remember to say all the names like I'm supposed to, but if I don't, check down below and the blog, and of course I will have everything listed down below. I don't have affiliate links, so if you see a link, it's not earning me any money. I want it to, so when I figure that out, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, so let's just, oh, and then the lashes that I'll be using are the 614s. I think they're Salon Perfect lashes. So I primed my face already. Actually, my face has been real oily lately, so I'm actually going to just put a little of this Urban Decay De-Slick as an extra precaution. I use my NYX Pore Minimizer on these spots, but my face has been real oily lately, so we're just going to bring that all the way out and let it do what it do. Okay. Also, excuse that I am deep conditioning my hair while recording this. So, first things first, we're going to start with eyes, so then we can finally get started talking about this freaking book. So, where's the brown that I want to start with? Chocolate. Okay, so we're going to start in the Douce palette, and we're going to use Chocolat, which is right there. And we're going to start just with a simple blending brush. This is a Colourpop blending brush. But okay, so Dread Nation, like I said, it's by Justina Ireland. It came out earlier this year. I talked about it. Oh, this is going on the outer V. I talked about it in one of my wrap-up reads for the month, and y'all know that I loved it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. And I think the best way to do this without including spoilers is that I will give you a premise. So the premise is that right before the Battle of Gettysburg, like the war, the battle that would have ended the Civil War. Hold on, while I'm talking. Forgot to put my tape on it. So the battle that would have ended the Civil War actually didn't, because all the humans had to basically put their feelings aside and deal with the undead. Now, to us, what we normally say, the undead is just, the undead is what we would normally just call zombies, but in this book, they're referred to as shamblers, and what they've basically been doing since their awakening is turning other people into shamblers. And the weirdest, grossest part about this is, like, they will kill you, and then, like, if you don't, like, decapitate them, then they come back as shamblers. It's very interesting. I guess, like, people who like Walking Dead, this should be nothing new to them. But as I'm not a zombie person, this is new to me. Next, I'm going to take Crepes, that one. It's like a, I don't know. I honestly don't know what color this is. But I'm going to take an e.l.f. blending brush, and I'm going to put that here, because I kind of, oh, okay, yeah, that's the lightness that I want. It's actually lighter than you think. We're going to focus that on the outer part of the eyelid. So the story focuses on one girl. Her name is Jane McKean. Now, Jane McKean is she's a black girl who grew up on a plantation in Kentucky but her mother is the mistress of the plantation. So she got awarded, you know, a lot of things that little black girls don't normally get. So when the Civil War ended, for you history buffs, you guys know that there was the Native and African Re-Education Act, which created like little schools basically to like educate the young of the former slaves and stuff to kind of give them a start. But instead of that, in this book, they are sent to combat school, and basically the the idea is that they are the ones that should be fighting the shamblers and protecting the white people. So, needless to say, there is a huge discussion about racism. Racism specifically back in the time when abolishing slavery was a big topic. There are, of course, the abolitionists in this story, but then there are also what they call themselves as the survivalists. And the survivalists pretty much believe that the reason that the shamblers came back to haunt them was because they were doing something out of the divine order of God, which was trying to abolish slavery, because as far as they were concerned, the colored cousins were only meant to serve their greater white cousins. I know. It was gag inducing when I was reading it. Oh, by the way, I didn't read this. I listened to it via audiobook. Highly recommend it. The girl that does Jane McKean's voice is fantastic. It's got like the perfect country twang to it. So I just thoroughly enjoyed it. So wow, am I really about to use like only the Douce palette? Yeah, maybe I am. So the next color that we're going to go in with is the Creme, which is this pretty pink. And I would prefer to use a flat brush, but in real life, I might not be able to because I ain't washed my brushes yet. So this is the Sasha Kashuk eyeshadow brush. So let's see. Let me look at my notes. Okay, so she goes to a combat school. It is Miss Preston School of Combat in Baltimore. Now, one thing you should know is that it really sets up this place. It's like she learns how to fight with all different types of weapons. Her favorite weapon is the sickle. She has a frenemy named Catherine who's like, she's so light-skinned that she can pass for white, and that actually causes animosity. So they're also addressing like colorism within the African American community, which I thought was great because she did it very like right in your face. Like it was like, this is definitely something we deal with. Like, yeah, there's racism, but there's also colorism. And Jane has a boo thing. I don't really know what they were. Boo thing, not boo thing, buddies, not buddies. I don't know. But what happens is his little sister is also light enough to pass for white, and there's a white family that actually takes care of her to protect her, and they all go missing. So while trying to uncover what happened, they end up coming on top of a conspiracy, and literally the book just, I don't think the book ever had a moment where it stopped moving, I think is the best way to put it. Like that, it stayed at such a quick pace that I was just really like, wow, I felt like not reading it was no longer an option. I'm going back in with Chocolat, because I gotta blend out some stuff once I finish the actual eyeshadow. I need a brown. Okay, so we might have to go into another palette because I need a brown to blend out this harsh chocolate. And I keep saying chocolate because that's how it's written. There's no E at the end of this chocolate. Okay, so we're gonna pause on the Douce palette, and I'm collecting my brushes next to it if you heard the thunk noise. We're gonna go into the Warrior palette, which I know has quickly become a favorite, and we're gonna go into this one, which is called Kano. And I'm just gonna get another fluffy blending brush, coat that on, and we're just gonna put that on the top and blend the chocolate out. Yeah, that's what it needed. All right, so back to the story. So I can't give spoilers because I really want you guys to read it, but I guess I want to talk about the survivalist. Okay, so one thing that the survivalist group like lets Justina be able to explore without having to specifically state it is white Christianity. And I say white Christianity because it's been plenty of times where throughout history there has been their religion to justify inhumane practices, the Holy War, slavery, the massacre of Native Americans. Like, all of that was, like, in the name of some type of religion. And it really is touched on in this book because one of the antagonists is actually a pastor. And I'm not giving spoilers by telling you this. It's very obvious. He's the one who believes in the divine order. And there are actual white supremacists in real life that believe in this divine order foolishness. And I don't know. I liked her portrayal of the bad guys. I felt like they were subtle. Like, it's one point of the book where I wouldn't say that it's a climactic scene. I think that it's more like this is how the story takes off. And man, let me see. Let me look at my notes. Okay, so I said that the topics that are addressed are racism, colorism, classism, feminism, sexism, and bigotry. So, for example, I find it funny that even in this book with racism, it's like you see yourself above these people, but like without these people, you can't survive. Oh, I'm going in with Puffs in the Douce palette with a flat eyeshadow brush, and we're going over the cream because I want some glitter. Okay, so yeah, I find it funny that, like, yet again, y'all can't do it, so, like, let's make them do it. And then it gives them this sense of, like, power, because how it's supposed to work is once you graduate from Miss Preston's, then somebody who is well off will hire you, and then your main mission is to protect that particular family or woman or something like that from being turned into a shambler. There's also this belief, which is hilarious, and I think it stems from slavery, because the whole reason that slavery was a big thing was that we dealt with warmer climates better than the Europeans did. So their idea was that the reason that Native Americans and slaves should now fight the shamblers because they're immune. Was that necessarily true? Obviously not. But, you know, any reason to justify mistreatment of people, they're gonna do it. So they did. You know, I love glitter, but look, my eyes, they're kind of lidded but kind of not, and so I have to really, like, make sure that this crease is gonna stay. So we're actually going to go back and redefine the crease. Oh, another thing is, with feminism, I just find it funny. Well, no, I don't find it funny. I just feel like, to me, I felt like in this story, feminism was addressed in a way that was not only directed towards, like, how African American women were viewed, but just how women are viewed in general. And it was like, you know, women, even based off this Christianity thing, were still looked at as property. And then a black woman, it was like, you're scum, but, like, I can also rape you and take advantage of you anytime I want because I own you, but you're scum. And it just creates, like, this, like, I don't even know. I wrote it. There it goes. It said, they treat you subhuman, but they expect you to exist simultaneously as a lesser human and sexual objects to abuse and use. And I also wrote a note that said only a black woman could have written this story. And I say that solely because I feel like nobody else would have really been able to give the perspective without coming off a little offensive, because she addresses topics in here that could make anybody a little heated, and the Black woman perspective is very delicate, and the wrong person trying to act like they're the expert is the quickest way to get dragged most of the time. So, like I said, this particular book, also I should note, she's not a weakling. That was another thing. This protagonist, also, this did not have some random love scene that didn't make any sense and like left me sitting there like, what just happened? There was no ridiculous love scenes. They were, like I said, Red Jack was portrayed as like a previous lover or something, and that was it. Like, I didn't have to be bombarded with fake love. I thank them so much for that. Okay, we're gonna put on eyeliner and then we're gonna come back and have more conversation. Y'all know I can't do eyeliner and this at the same time. Okay, so we're back. I've got the eyeliner on and we are gonna do some color correcting because, as you guys can see, this area of my face does not like cooperating right now. So we're gonna use my Bright Futures in Orange Deep, and we're just gonna put that everywhere. Spray some mist and set on a beauty blender. Don't judge my beauty blenders. I really am gonna wash out my brushes today. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do, because I don't want this to be any spoilers, I think I'm gonna talk about, like I said before, I read this on audiobook. It was available on Hoopla, thank God. And we're gonna do foundation. So I'm gonna use my Fenty Beauty, obviously. Which also, I should make a note that I did do that review on the 175 for Colourpop, but the difference between actually a girl left a comment. The difference between the Fenty Beauty and the Colourpop is that Fenty Beauty oxidizes darker than what the color originally is, which is so true, which is why it's my color. But Colourpop does not. I've actually written Colourpop, and I'm supposed to be getting a new color soon. So, like I said, you can see all the deep conditioning happening. Real life. But hopefully I'll be able to do that test like I want to. But if not, y'all know why. So, I just put makeup on my head wrap. Okay. Whatever. We're gonna do this. And I forgot what I was saying. I'll give my thoughts after this. Let's do some makeup. Okay, so foundation's done. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape that I still haven't used up all the way. I think I've got a little bit left, so. I hate how much my face loves this foundation and how much Tarte could care less about my face. So the next thing I'm going to do is set my under eye. I'm using my Laura Mercier because, oh my gosh, I just realized y'all could probably hear this fan the whole time that I was recording. Sorry about that. Also, somebody asked me what brush am I using. This is my VIB Rouge brush that you get when you're Rouge for Sephora. I just think it works really well as a setting powder brush. So that's what I use it for. I just hit like my smile lines because I smile big. My mustache area for when I actually do have a mustache. Normally I get it threaded, but I've been behind. And I like doing this area of my face. I just feel like it helps brighten up because I feel like this area of my face is so dark. So there's that. And then I'm going to take my e.l.f. powder brush, flathead powder brush, and my MAC powder, and I'm just going to brush all that off. We are going to go in with my oldie but goodie mellow wine, and we just need a simple little brush. There we go. Don't know what brand this is. Oh, this is a Crown brush. I got it in an Itsy bag probably. Because somebody said that they noticed that I stopped wearing blush. And I think I did it out of pure laziness. Honestly, I'm not sure. We want to add a slight contour. So I'm going to go in with my black Radiance. Y'all know this is my all-time favorite contour palette. I'm just going to go in with the contour and the sculpt. So now we are going to spray my face and add some highlight. Okay, so with a highlight added, we're going to take the NYX Bright Idea in Maui Suntan. It's my favorite one. And we're just going to add a highlight and blend it out. Like, I just think it blends a lot better after the spray. It doesn't lose its oomph at the same time. I'm doing extra, so I'm also putting it at the Cupid's bow of my lips because I feel like it adds it, and I'm just taking it up a little bit more than what I would normally do. Because, like I said, y'all, be to the gods is the look that we're just going for today. So my face is done. I'm gonna put the lashes on. I'm using my 614s. They've been used a couple of times already. I'm using my 614s, and then I'll come back on and do the final touches and we'll talk. So I kind of like finished my eyes and forgot to film it. So I'll tell you, I use the L'Oreal Paris Telescopic Carbon Black for my mascara. I went back in with Chocolat for my under eye mixed with a little cream in the middle, and then I went back in with, what was it? With Puffs for my tear duct, and that is the finished eye look. Okay, well, here's the final look. I hope that you guys take an opportunity to listen or read Dread Nation. If you do and you like it, I would love if you let me know, because I've been boasting about this book since I read it. It's definitely in my top books of 2018. I hope this was a decent non-spoiler review. I haven't quite decided which reviews I'm going to do. I kind of want to do non-spoilers, but at the same time, I kind of want to tell you everything. But if I tell you everything, are you going to read it after I tell you? These are questions I'd like to know. Please leave it down in the comments section. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next time, guys. Bye.